And we are coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by
The Massive Mass Baron.
And the Rat of a Red Baron. Meow.
That wasn't very original of Kendall to do that after Kyle had just done it.
What can I say? I'm a copycat kind of kid.
You're acting like you eat turquoise breakfasts for dinner.
Yeah. You better believe I do.
Paul, tell me he's an idiot.
You're an idiot.
That's Mr. Idiot.
So, how is everybody doing today?
Tired.
Same.
Sorry.
But I am ready to do this show with you guys.
That's the spirit, man.
Better.
I am ready. Do we have any starting lineups to talk about?
Oh, I do.
No, we know. Tell us all about your water.
I'm actually not drinking anything right now.
Ooh, dry mouth souls. I am rounding out my Dogfish IPA series with the 75-minute IPA limited release. So I'm giving a quick prediction. It's going to be somewhere between the 60 and 90-minute version. We'll see how close I am.
All right. I've got a Coors Banquet and a Miller High Life.
Nice.
Prove it. I'm just kidding, Paul. You don't have to prove it. I believe you.
Kyle, I just sent you a picture in the group, in the GSWD chat that you'll really enjoy.
Try and get to life.
Toast of Excellence, anybody?
My toast of excellence is to Ryan Getzlaff for being in the same picture as Connie.
What?
I was being funny.
Oh. That doesn't look anything like Ryan Getzlaff.
Yeah, I know. No, but my toast of excellence is my
Nope. Now you have to say what the picture really is.
it's the picture of Charlie Conway and Connie taking a picture before the NHL draft. Or after, one of the two. They made the first pick for the Ducks this year.
Mm-hmm. Connie's still looking like a dime.
You.
But did you know? Hey, did the Blackhawks get their guy?
I don't even know anymore, to be honest with you.
Because I knew they were trying to trade up for some kid.
I don't even know anymore. I've lost hope.
Who'd they draft?
Hmm?
What was the kid's name that they drafted?
Vladimir Putin.
Nice.
Yeah, out of Russia. No, Anton Frondel.
I don't know if that's the name I remember.
And that's who they drafted, like, third. They also drafted Nestrassel or something like
That is pretty
No, but
excellent.
my toast of excellence is to my All-Star Little League team. So far, we are 6-0 in the tournament, and on Wednesday we're playing for another title.
You got something or what?
Yeah, I do.
Does it give you an abysmal play of your god-awful MLB franchise?
Well, it's funny you mention that because that's exactly right. Toast of disexcellence to the Mets, and I preface this by saying it's a very long baseball season, but really there's not much to be said good about him right now. Losing 13 of 16, bad pitching, bad batting, gotta get together. And that's all I have to say about that.
Well, alrighty then.
Oh yeah.
Drink them. Drink them. Get the beers. Why isn't
Oh yeah.
Why isn't anybody drinking the beers?
Oh yeah. Very good. Very good.
Very good. All right, Kyle, what do you want to talk about?
Well, should we talk about what happened today?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I unfortunately had a pretty rough day at work, and no, I'm just kidding. But
So the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins made a trade today, where the Dolphins received Minkah Fitzpatrick in a fifth, and the Steelers received Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith in a seventh. I want to hear from Paul first on an outside fan stance, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay. There's really only 3 things about this trade that I'd like to discuss. One, the Miami Dolphins are unable to keep any talented players on their team for an elongated period of time. 2, what the fuck are Pittsburgh Steelers front office execs thinking? And 3, this was a really dumb trade that just didn't need to happen. I get why it happened, but I'm just saying, you talk about what I kind of view as a real just probably not going to make any amount of difference on a trade.
Well, I know that there were a lot of problems with Minkah and his teammates.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'm talking about how, from overall record standpoint, this trade makes no difference to the team. This trade garners them no more wins, no more losses. I don't think this was a trade that helped in any way other than the locker room thing. I don't. The Steelers front office. I'm just real concerned. I'm real concerned about the Steelers front office right now.
They're trying to make splash moves.
It's strange because when Kyle told me via you, I was thinking, "Oh, cool! Now we have someone to tandem with Minkah," and not realizing that's what the deal was.
The Dolphins are just a joke, but we've known that for a while. But now I'm just very concerned and very I don't even know what to say other than just I'm concerned about the people calling the shots from GM to head coach in the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. I mean, outside of some short-term success, I'm very worried about long-term profitability in this situation.
Yeah, I don't know. It was bizarre. It did feel very out of left field. Wasn't really on my bingo sheet.
I mean, it wasn't out of left field because the Steelers were linked to Ramsey for a while.
I mean, that's on me for not knowing that then. But I was kind of surprised when I heard that news.
So what I think. So Jonnu Smith gives the Steelers another weapon.
But
I know he's a tight end.
It's a third fucking tight end. How many 3 tight end sets are you running?
All of them.
How many 3 tight end sets are you guys going to fucking run? You have 3 starting tight ends.
Yes, we do.
What are they fucking doing? Are they just going to go, oh, hey, we can't figure out the receiver thing, so we're just going to have all tight ends?
I guess so.
They could also trade one of the tight ends.
Not to mention 3 tight ends, and it's the position that Aaron Rodgers throws to the least.
Hey, we're going to change it up.
It's his least targeted position.
Listen,
in NFL history. And you go out and you get 3. You're also you're going out and you're signing just basket cases left and right.
Well,
Like, I don't even get it. You traded for a fucking known hothead in DK Metcalf. That was the team's organization's response to hot-headed fucking George Pickens. And then you go out and you get All About Me, the franchise is smaller than the Aaron Rodgers brand quarterback. And then you go out and you trade for known hothead shit talker problem starter, both internally and externally, in cornerback Jalen Ramsey. Like I just don't get it. This is the Jalen Ramsey thing. If the Minkah Fitzpatrick thing is true, and he was an internal turmoil thing, much like the George Pickens thing, I just don't get why the Steelers are now 2 for 2 this offseason and going out and getting equally as psychopathic players to replace the psychopaths. It's like being like, I don't really think this whole Jeffrey Dahmer thing's working out. Why don't we trade for John Wayne Gacy and then we'll cut Jeffrey Dahmer? Because we want to fucking be retarded, but on our terms. Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. And
I like what you said earlier today.
what, that they're going heel turn?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, honestly, because this is the way this is how I genuinely feel about this, and this is going to sound really fucking aggressive and mean, and I'm sorry, and I'm glad Mock's not here to feed into this. But like, if you guys go out this year and you don't win more than 6 games, you guys have out Cleveland Browns the Cleveland Browns.
Listen,
Because
man, we're trying different things.
What's the Aaron Rodgers deal? How long did you sign him for?
Just
1
1 year.
So you got a 1-year deal. So I'm just playing devil's advocate here. It doesn't work. Okay. So now you have Aaron Rodgers in the 1-year deal. You get rid of Aaron Rodgers, but now you're stuck with fucking DK Metcalf, who's been promised the world, and you're going to have no quarterback. And even if it does work out, like I don't know. My concern and like the heel turn process is like, what? Why is this
the John Cena thing?
But it's not. No, it's not the John Cena thing, because it's not like it's like a heel turn, but everybody is still faced for it. It's like when they had Stone Cold Steve Austin like become part of the WCW thing, where it was just like it was like a heel turn that didn't need to happen, and now you just kind of hate them for trying to be a heel. I've had nothing but the utmost respect for the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. I don't really have that right now. I like, because what's the end game? Like, my question, okay, is Aaron Rodgers really in this state in his career? Is Aaron Rodgers with the basically a lateral move at wide receiver, because DK Metcalf and George Pickens are almost the exact same wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
You added 2 like bottom of the barrel starting tight ends, so now you're going to have DK Metcalf, a 3 tight end set, and then Jalen Warren. Your running back room is at best par with last year right now.
No, I disagree with that one. I have a lot of high stake in Caleb Johnson.
Okay, that's fine. You can have all the high stake, Kyle, but he hasn't done anything.
No, I agree. I'm just
So
saying.
so your running back, but he hasn't done anything. So you can't do that. You can't say you disagree. You think it's better. It's not better. Statistically, it's worse. It is statistically worse. So that's why I'm going to give
statistically better offensively with Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson.
That's fine. You're statistically better at offense. You're par for the course at wide receiver. You're par for the course at running back. You're par for the course at tight end, because I don't care how many additions you made. It's the same.
5 years ago, this team would be sick.
And like your defense is all a year older. Another
Ramsey,
year more
Slay, and Porter.
Another year more disgruntled. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get the trade. Like I don't know. Like like I get like you're unhappy and whatever, but like I mean we know like having who knows it fucking better than the Pittsburgh Steelers having an elite safety versus having an elite corner.
Well, it's so interesting like that. So the trade itself is a little bit odd, but in the scheme of that, Pittsburgh loves aging perhaps past the prime secondary members is very on brand for them. That's been a an ongoing thing for the past couple of seasons now. It for sure is it's a sellout move, and I guess I'm going to be in support of it. I do agree with what you're saying. I think there's a lot of things that are going to perhaps hemorrhage in the future, but I guess the thought process is, all right, hey, if this is in fact a 1 year window, do it all. Be aggressive. And I guess I'm going to be for it. But I guess what I have to say is that I don't think it can stop here. If this is the direction you're going, you better just put all your cards out. I think they need a better offensive addition than Jonnu Smith. I do like him, don't get me wrong, but I think you're right. I think it just can't be, him. This is going to be the guy to round out our receiver room. I think if you're going to go this route, then really go this route. So I hope that they're not done if this is their plan.
I don't see. I don't really see how. I mean, what do you mean? You hope they're not done? What are you going? They're going to go out and trade
again? Do something else.
Do what? Who are you going to trade for?
I don't. Literally anything. I think to me this shows that anything is on the table.
Trade for, like, give me a name. What are you going to? Who can you trade for that's going to improve your wide receiver room? Are you going to go out and get Terry McLaurin?
Well, I mean, all I could think of is that maybe you look for another team that's perhaps trying to move another. We'll just say, let's just throw this guy out because I think Kyle and I were talking before. Like, what if you go and you do a Tyreek Hill? Why not? Aging guy. Obviously, there's some issues with him in Miami right now. That is no secret. Really just, whomever. Find.
For me, the player that makes the most sense for the Steelers to try to go after would be Adam Thielen.
But the Panthers are not going to want to trade him.
But they might. Like, not right now. But I'm saying, like, in the start of spring training, right? Because you got the rookie, you got Leggett, you got Jalen Coker, right? So that's 3 young kids. If they want to go that route and move on from the veteran, like, we've seen it before.
You've seen it before, but I also I would be very surprised. Because
I'm just saying that type of receiver, like a veteran on a young team that's looking to, like, win now.
I don't know. I guess my question is, are you guys convinced that Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Rodgers, that you were a Aaron Rodgers and Jalen Ramsey minus Minkah Fitzpatrick away from winning the Super Bowl last year?
I think our secondary.
It's not better.
The secondary is better than it was last year.
No.
Yes, the cornerback room by itself is better.
But the safety room is significantly worse.
Yes, but the guy that they picked up in the offseason has started a lot of games. He's not Minkah, but he's not bad.
Look, for your sake, I hope you're right. I hope the Steelers are the best team in the AFC North, and they're gonna. And I hope you get MVP Aaron Rodgers, because my concern with it is these moves the Steelers are making. If it doesn't work, you've set your franchise back big time.
Yes, I agree with that.
Because, like, what is the game plan here? Because going after Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Ramsey, if you're going to go the Kendall route and you're going to go trade your fucking second round pick for Tyreek Hill, or you're going to go give up, premium pick for a top receiver because you need to improve the room, and it doesn't work. What's your game plan?
You have a lot of picks this year.
You have a lot of picks, but what happens? What happens if you guys just do what the Steelers have been doing? What are you going to do? What are you going to do with the 26th pick next year? And Aaron Rodgers going, yeah, this sucked. I'm going to leave.
Yeah, he said he's retiring after this year.
Well, I think it's just everything is just on out now. It's like there's nothing else to do, but this is what they're doing. Like it's win or bust. That's all it is.
They have to try. They've been doing the same thing for years and it hasn't worked. And I at least appreciate them trying to go for it now.
And the risk is all the same because Rodgers can go out week 1 and tear his Achilles again, and that'll be it. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's the whole
I guess my
concept is
question though
foreign.
is what is exactly different this year than last year?
Well, the cornerback room is big difference.
The cornerback room is different, but like let's
They
be real.
couldn't stop a nosebleed in the last 7 games of the year.
Yeah, I understand that, but your offense is what I'm talking about. Your receiver room is still just as many questions. You have one good receiver and a bunch of nobodies, just like last year. You have a running back that I think most people would question: can he be an elite lead back for Pittsburgh? Because Pittsburgh, much like the Chicago Bears, is built off of defensive trenches and running the football. Can he be? And I think Jalen Warren was better than fucking Najee Harris anyway. I like Jalen Warren. I think he can be good. Do I think he can be a 1,200-yard back? I don't know. We'll see with when he gets the lion's share of the carries, and you don't have to worry about pleasing Najee Harris. And then you have an all about me aging diva quarterback calling the shots. It's the same thing. It's the same offense. I mean, Rodgers is a better upgrade than Russell Wilson. And I think it gives all you Steelers fans, a real reason to root for Aaron Rodgers now, which is what you guys really like and nobody wants to admit. You bunch of rat bastards.
I mean, I will say there is a additional concern, and I don't know if there really any headway's been made, but TJ Watt is still technically holding out. So I mean, I don't know where that stands.
They're gonna pay him.
They'll get figured out. I'm not worried about that. But I just, to me, this just seemed like a lot of moves to stay where you are. Like, what you guys did, I think, was like, I think you guys made yourself better, in some aspects, and in other aspects, you kept yourself par. And Rodgers, he didn't play awful last year, but and everyone's like, oh, he put up good numbers in a shit Jets organization. It's like, yeah, but
he played much better in the second half than he did in the first half. That's where the excitement's coming from.
Sure, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's just to me, the other thing I don't like about it. The other thing, yeah, but that's the thing, though. That's the thing, and that's what I think a lot of like us non-Steelers fans are really vomiting at, is listening to Steelers fans and Steelers broadcasters say the complete opposite that their organization's been built off and pride themselves off for the last 70 years. You got to take a chance. You got to do this. The Steelers are not that team. The Steelers do what the Steelers do. If it doesn't confide to what, if you don't confide to the organization, then you get out. We have a standard that we set to. We're class. We're not ass. And we fucking ride by our guns and our morals, and we stick to it. And, the past few years, it's been basket case after basket case. Now you're starting to hear about all these basket case things that are coming out that are like quiet. Like the freaking George Pickens thing, and like there was nobody on the planet that was, when they traded for DK Metcalf, thought, oh, now they can get rid of Pickens. Nobody thought that.
No, everybody wanted Pickens.
Everybody just went, wow, the Steelers are making a move to bolster their offense. Oh, never mind. They just did that to stay where they were, so that when they got rid of Pickens, it wasn't as bad. Makes sense. Okay. But then, like the Minkah Fitzpatrick thing, where was that news all last year? Well, that news wasn't out surfacing around that there was problems with Minkah. Like, this just seems like basket case after basket case. Everyone talking about like the Aaron Rodgers thing, like, oh, the Steelers and the Aaron Rodgers had this thing figured out, blah, blah, blah. It's like bullshit. I don't believe that for a single second. Even if it might not have been as long, but the Steelers were held over a barrel by Aaron Rodgers for some period of time. When do the Rooneys do that? The Rooneys don't do that for anybody. It just feels very, I don't know. And I don't like it, especially because I hear a lot of Steelers fans, a lot of Steelers broadcasters going against all the stuff that they've stood for all these years about oh, we would never go get that guy because of this because of this off the field issue, or we take care of our guys, like the Ryan Shazier situation and this and that. And now it's like we're getting all these divas, and we're the celebrity housewives of the NFL. I don't know, it's very I don't know. It's just very off-putting, and I'm concerned.
I will say this: I think if it doesn't work this year, Tomlin's gone.
I'm convinced now more than ever that there is no chance that Tomlin should be the guy to pick the next quarterback you draft, whether it's next year or 6 years from now.
I agree.
When the change needs to be made, the change needs to be made. It's not that you're going to find somebody better. It's that you just need you need to revamp.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
My concern for this is that, and yes, I understand that the risk versus reward is always very one-sided in the NFL because it's extremely hard to win a Super Bowl. I'm just looking at it from and again, also to play devil's advocate on my own argument I'm about to make. Yes, the other notion too is all you got to do is make it to January or make it to February because once you get in the playoffs, anything can happen. That's true too. I don't know if these moves, are these moves going to make them better than the Ravens and the Bills and the Chiefs and these juggernauts? I don't think so. And are they going to be, as bad as some of these other teams? Are they going to be Titans bad? No. But the AFC is real tough, and I just feel like it's going to be this juggernaut swing out fest, and you're going to be right where you are again next year. And at what point does the cycle stop?
Yeah. At some point, they're going to have to go through a full rebuild.
I mean, and this...
I don't know if the Steelers have it in them to do that, Kyle. I really, truly don't.
No, I get it.
The only way you can do that is you have to be committed to having a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
That's what the Bears did. When Ryan Poles came in, he goes, hey, McCaskey, we're going to lose. And then that's what he did. He traded everybody away. He told Roquan Smith, you want this much money? I'm not doing that. I'm trying to build something here. I can't afford to do that. I'll trade you somewhere that can contend. Bye. Traded Khalil Mack 5 seconds into his job. I mean, he shut it down, and the Bears were real bad, and they got back-to-back top picks out of it. I don't think the Steelers organization has the stomach to do that.
Well, it's tough because outside of 2002, 2003, Pittsburgh really hasn't been that bad in a very long time. So this for sure is out of character. Paul, you're 100% correct on everything you're saying. All I could think of is that this, I think, is from the top bottom, all right, this is a Super Bowl or bust situation. Whatever happens, come 2026, this is going to be a totally different look Pittsburgh team, and then we'll, build from the ground up there, whatever this team ends up looking like. So I think this is
supposed to go through a rebuild when they took Roethlisberger. They just got lucky that Roethlisberger was ready.
A lot of things went their way. I think this is a lot of flash in the pan type stuff, and they hope that it sticks. That's kind of my takeaway. And I think there is a chance that it just blows up and Tomlin is gone. That is a very real thing that could happen. At this point, as a fan, I'm just, because of everything that's gone on, I'm committed to whatever this is going to be. I'm gonna ride it out, and then I'm hoping for the best.
Well, we don't have a choice. We have to hope that way.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
The Bears, you got Caleb Williams for 4 more years. You got to hope that he turns out to be as good as everybody says he is. What your team does, you can't control it, so you have to just be happy with it. You think Titans fans are happy when they said, hey, you know what? We're going to go Will Levis. No, but they had to accept it, that mayonnaise-eating bastard.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't have. Of course, you have to accept it. You're not an employee.
Exactly.
But I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't really understand that argument.
Yeah, it's not an argument. It's just reality.
So if tomorrow morning you wake up and find out that the Phillies go, you know what, we haven't been playing our best baseball. We're going to trade Bryce Harper to the Dodgers. You would just be like, oh, well, I have to accept it.
No.
Okay, exactly. So, I mean, that's a bad argument.
You know what, Paul? Just let me have it.
No, I'm not going to, because I see this is exactly look. I exactly see the Steelers organization going. This is exactly what I see happening. You guys are going to finish second in your division because the Bengals are an inept franchise and the Browns are just bad. You're going to finish second. You're going to win 10 games, sneak in as the 7 seed, have a surprise win in the wild card round, and then Aaron Rodgers will be like, "Oh, you know what? I like the direction. Blah blah blah. I think I want to play again, but I'm not sure." Bar the 3-month waiting process for the Steelers to figure out if Aaron Rodgers is going to start again or not. You draft the quarterback in the first round because you know you have to, because even if Aaron Rodgers comes back, you probably only have him for a year. He comes back he decides that he's not going to retire. You run it back. It doesn't work. And now you have 32-year-old Jalen Ramsey, who you're going to try to trade or cut. 32-year-old TJ Watt, who's going to be tried to trade or cut. And that's where the rebuild's going to come from. And that's going to just be really sad if that's how it works.
Yeah, it's probably how it's going to work.
Because then at that point, you can cut TJ Watt, you can cut Jalen Ramsey, you can cut DK Metcalf. And it just makes me sad.
You know, for both moves, I was more excited for like the top half of finding out how things were going to play out. Like, you look at things when you find out, oh, you're getting Jalen Ramsey, it's a lot more exciting when you think he's playing alongside Minkah Fitzpatrick, not realizing that's the guy you're giving away to get this guy. Same reason for, Metcalf was so exciting because, oh, he's going to play along with George Pickens. Maybe he'll be a mentor piece. Maybe, it's the same type of receiver. What good things are going to come of it? That doesn't come to be. So it's like there's a lot of like this hype excitement that is now kind of like whitewashed because of whatever other reason. So I don't know, there is still like that what are we doing feeling, but I don't know. I kind of stand by my initial thing when we first started talking. I'm hoping that because this is very out of character, maybe we kind of roll the dice a little bit more, do something else aggressive, whatever it might be. I don't even, I'm not even going to pretend to, I'm not going to speculate, but I'm kind of hoping that they do.
Like, the Pickens thing made sense. Like, he was a problem since day one. I don't think anybody could fight that one.
I never did the research. You know who told me that Minkah was a problem? It was Mass. I never bothered to look into it. I mean, not to sound like sour grapes, this is not how I feel. And I don't know statistically, but optically, I think Minka's first 2 years were far superior than, the later two.
Well, they said the last year that people were calling him out by not hustling and not making tackles because he just wasn't trying. Cameron Hayward said that. He didn't say who specifically. That's who they were talking about. Maybe they were just tired of it. Who knows? Like, there's been no press about what happened.
No, not yet. But like anything, and there's a long list of people who have played for Tomlin that once it doesn't work out for whatever reason, they jump on Twitter or they go on podcasts and they kind of air out their dirty laundry. I've seen it time and time again. So I'm sure the Minkah stuff will be, hours away to get his side of the story. I don't know. TBD, I guess.
So,
You guys are currently sporting 5 tight ends.
That's the way to run a franchise, Paul.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter. I get to hate the Steelers this year, tax-free. That's all that matters. You guys have to be okay
some
with
of
it.
the big three today.
And you guys have to be okay with it.
So,
Yeah. very
You
little.
do. You have to.
Nothing short of him winning the Super Bowl.
Never
is
mind.
gonna
You guys
save him.
only have 4 tight ends. I forgot about that. I forgot. You don't have 5. You only have 4. That's why you traded for Jonnu Smith.
Who was number 5 supposedly?
Parham.
Oh.
That's why you traded for Jonnu Smith. Because Parham's not playing.
Freiermuth. Is Skoranek technically a tight end?
No.
No, you got Hayward, Freiermuth, some scrub I've never heard of, and now Jonnu Smith. I mean, you still have Parham, but he tore his Achilles, and he's already done for the year.
Who, Connor Hayward?
No, Parham.
No, is that the scrub you were talking about?
No, I know who Connor Hayward is because the Steelers do that thing where they draft, like, family members of the team.
Oh, yeah, true.
And just keep them.
We're signing Roy Rogers, by the way.
Who's the 4th one? What's the name? Darnell Washington.
Oh, they're that guy.
He's like 6'9".
I don't know who Darnell Washington is.
They have him on the team. That way, the commentators, once he catches a ball, they're like, oh, he's 7 foot. That's it. That's the only reason.
He's really good at catching the first pass of the game.
I mean, the Jazz are just doing Jazz things. That's awesome.
What?
Just trading for white Europeans.
Did they do? I forgot today was.
They traded for Nurkic.
Hilarious. I don't really know what the Hornets' game plan is. Are they just getting, like, guards that can't defend?
I couldn't tell you, my friend.
Hey, Bulls traded Alonzo Ball to the Cavs.
Yeah, that happened 2 days ago.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, anything happened? Suns sign Nigel Hayes Davis. I don't know what that is. Clint Capella back to the Rockets. Magic signed Tyus Jones. Clippers went to sign Brooke Lopez. Pistons signed Karis LeVert. The Pelicans signed Kayvon Looney. Didn't know he was still in the league. Nuggets signed Bruce Bowen. Spurs signed Luke Cornett to a 4-year deal. Jesus. Bucks and Kevin Porter. Bulls re-signed Trey Jones. Nuggets are trading Michael Porter Jr. for Cam Johnson. Grizzlies signed Ty Jerome. Mavericks signed D'Angelo Russell.
Pittsburgh Steelers just trade for Cole Kmet.
It could be hilarious.
Gotta bolster up that tight end room.
Yeah, that's it so far. Nothing exciting.
Steelers re-signed Michael Pruitt.
That I expect to happen. Cordell
Steelers
Patterson's
signed-
still on the team.
Steelers signed veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis.
Where is he? Packer, right?
No, he's a free agent.
Surprising that guy is still around.
Oh, there's time for him to be on a team.
Steelers.
I hope so.
You would hope so.
All right, so what I was trying to talk to Paul earlier about.
That's something that you gotta be upset about there, Kyle, real quick.
What?
Kendall would throw away the Steelers' success just to have them sign some funny guys that he likes.
Yeah, I know.
Guy hates your team. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I already knew he was a Texans fan.
Guy hates himself. Can you believe that?
But anyways, Paul, what I'm trying to talk about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched some of the big three today.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Johnson still got it.
Yeah.
That
Dude's the
guy
man.
is just a walking bucket.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard's in it now.
Yeah, he got in a fist fight with someone like his first game.
Yeah, Lance Stevenson. That was the first game I watched. Lance Stevenson and Michael Beasley are on the same team.
Yeah. Kendall hates the Steelers. I'll tell you, this is going to be funny for the whole night.
You want to hear the big three rosters?
Sure. Kendall, do you want to hear it?
I do. I said yes.
I didn't hear him.
All right, so we'll lead off with the Boston Ball Hogs.
Could you say it in a better accent?
Boston.
Not bad.
Their captain is Kevin Murphy. They have Jonathan Simmons,
Nice.
Deshaun Stevens, Rashad Smith, Chris Johnson, and they're coached by Gary Payton.
I like that.
The Chicago Triplets are led by Captain Montrezl Harrell.
Oh, wait, the teams are city-oriented now?
Yes.
Oh.
So you have to be a Chicago Triplets fan.
No.
Led by Captain Montrezl Harrell,
We have to be for that, though.
co-captain Jason Richardson, Chris Allen, Nazir Kaur, Amir Johnson, and coached by Dr. J.
Yeah, Dr. J's not dead, though.
Dallas Power captain,
Thought you were
one and
laughing.
only, Greg Monroe,
You mean Greg the Pearl, bro?
Paul Millsap,
Oh, nice.
Glenn Rice Jr., John Millsap, TJ Klein, and coached by Nancy Lieberman.
Excellent.
The Detroit Amps captain Jeremy Pargo,
Oh, gross.
Darnell Jackson, Joe Johnson, Shakur Houston,
Who?
Ray Nixon, and coached by George Gervin. The DMV Trilogy. Captain Earl Clark, Paul's favorite player.
Who's my favorite player?
Earl Clark.
Okay. Why is Earl Clark my favorite?
Why is he not?
I don't know anything to say to that.
Co-captain Isaiah Briscoe. Remember him? Co-captain Isaiah Austin. Do you know who that is, Paul?
I don't.
Isaiah Austin. Remember the kid from Baylor that the NBA drafted because he had some disease?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that kid. Dante Green, Franklin Session, and coached by your boy Steven Jackson.
Nice.
The Houston
Yeah.
Riggins.
Did you know that Kendall doesn't like Steven Jackson?
I like
Why?
all the Steven Jacksons.
Kendall does not like Steven Jackson.
I think I like the running back Steven Jackson the most, though.
The Houston Riggins captain is Corey Brewer, Brandon Moss, Carlin Green, Jalen Johnson,
Garland Green?
Garland Green.
Do you know who Garland Green is?
No,
That's Steve Buscemi's character in Con Air.
hilarious. Jalen Johnson, Jeff Ayers, and coached by Calvin Murphy. The
What a
LA
squad.
Riot, Captain Dwight Howard, Jordan Crawford, Elijah Stewart, Wesley Johnson, Mike Scott, coached by Swaggy P.
Oh, nice.
Wait. You mean Mike Scott, loads of drugs in his trunk, Mike Scott?
Yeah, the guy that should have been arrested but never did.
That's awesome.
And the last one, the Miami 305. Mario Chalmers,
Oh,
Michael Beasley, Reggie Evans, Lance Stevenson, Sean Williams, and Coach Michael Cooper.
Oh,
That's
wait.
it.
Brian Scalabrini's not coached anymore?
No, he's a commentator.
Mm,
Him and Jim Jackson.
there's no way that this league is profitable. Did you see Did you see that the WNBA is getting 3 more teams?
are they really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
That I couldn't tell you because they want to lose more money, I guess. I can't remember all of them now. I know Cleveland's one of them, Philadelphia, and Detroit, maybe.
Hey, how does
Kyle, what do you think about that?
Well, Kyle, tell us. Tell us what you think.
What happened?
What do you think about that?
Think about what?
Exactly.
How they shouldn't have more than 5 teams?
Yeah. Well, no, about them signing Angel Reese to play tight end.
She would just tip it up in the air too much.
Yeah, but she would get it herself, though.
Yeah. She sucks.
Actually, she doesn't suck. She's pretty good. But she's Dennis Rodman.
Would you rather have Dennis Rodman or Dennis Rodman?
Dennis Rodman.
Bad pick.
Why?
I don't know.
I think it depends on what she's doing. Like, if he was, like, cleaning the gutters, yeah, Rodman all the way.
How do you guys feel about your baseball teams?
It's a mixed bag, man.
First place, though.
Yeah. It's pretty infuriating getting swept and only giving up 5 runs in a whole series.
Yeah, that sucks.
The only good thing going for as bad the Mets have played, they're only a game and a half back, which is just, like, mind-boggling.
Oh, because the Phillies have been equally as bad, just in different times.
Yeah, and...
We won tonight.
What's that?
We won tonight.
I'm just saying, if either of us, both of us, let the Braves crawl back into this, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
It'll be on your hands. We beat them 2 out of 3.
Doesn't have to be on either of your hands. What if you guys, I mean, it can be on both your hands. What if you guys just both go out and lose, what if you guys only win 3 of your next 20 and the Braves go out and, win 18 in a row? Even though you don't face each other at all, you know what I mean? It can happen.
Yeah.
Braves are only 11 games out, baby.
Our starting rotation's been awesome.
Yeah. I just really want the Cubs to lose. But they're not going to.
They might. They could have a skid.
Well, they're on their skid right now.
What's their skid right now?
Like they've just been like playing 500 baseball all of June.
Just need a little bit below the 500 baseball. Then we're talking.
Hey, that's right behind them, right?
The Mets lost like 4 starters.
White Sox are only 24 and a half out of first.
They're right there.
But I like a lot of their kids.
Hey, Kyle, you say that every fucking year.
Yep, I do.
Literally listening to you talk about my team only has me have less hope for my team.
Well,
because
you got a home run in Kyle Teal.
Yeah, maybe. It's been half a season.
I don't give a fuck, Paul.
Okay.
He's good.
Okay. You know what's crazy is that the Atlanta Braves have a plus 12 run differential.
Do they?
This This could get interesting, though, because, like, here's the thing. The Mets and or the Phillies are going to kind of be right there. Milwaukee's been playing really good baseball, and so have the Cardinals. But both of those teams could also very easily kind of fall back into a skid. San Diego and San Francisco, I'm not really sure. Cincinnati, kind of whatever. Arizona, I think, is going to probably sell off some pieces. Atlanta could climb their way into the wild card.
Yeah, that would just make me sick.
No, it would only make you sick if they did it and then destroyed you guys in the playoffs. Because, like, right now, the Pirates, for just some reason, are deciding to win random games here and there.
You know, this past weekend was the worst loss in Mets history. Series loss.
Who'd you guys lose to?
Pittsburgh. Swept us.
Did you get swept?
30-4.
We also got swept by them.
Imagine paying $700 million for, like, 7th in MVP voting.
Yeah. Sure can.
He's been playing really good, though. He's the only one.
Whoa, I didn't know that Michael Porter Jr. got traded.
I said that.
No, I didn't.
I swear to God I did.
Prove it.
When I was going over the teams, the acquisitions for today, he was on it.
Look, I think you would have said it, but it just doesn't sound like something you would have said.
You're right. Who won in disc golf?
Today? Me?
No. When you guys went to Maple.
Oh, me?
Did you?
The first one. I shot +1, Mock shot +4 or 5, Kendall shot +16, and Massey shot +18. And then we played a second one.
Who won the second one?
We played doubles, and Kendall and I won. With no fucking help to Kendall.
No, sir.
Were you gone by game 2?
No, it was just checked out. Like, it wasn't even, like, he wasn't even that bad. It was just, like, we had one, Kyle, where, like, we threw our second shots, and his was, like, I don't know, 50 feet from the basket, and mine was right under it. And he just picked up his disc and just putted from it, even though I was underneath the basket. And then he airballed it and missed it by about 50 feet. So then I had to putt, and I hit the cage and rolled away. So we went from having a tap-in par to taking a double bogey.
Yeah, but it was out of frustration. You know, like that. It has to be known. There's no
Kendall was
really
just sitting
thing
there
on
like,
the line.
oh, this is supposed to be my chance to practice putting. Like, I think as friends, you guys should want me to be a better putter. Like, yeah, but, like, you know, don't make stupid decisions.
No.
Game 2 is
I
always
was right.
Game 2 is always rough.
There were a few changes that were kind of disappointing to the course.
Was there?
There's only one.
Well, I can't remember the number. I thought didn't it set up a different alignment for?
Well, it just changed the order of 2 of the holes, but the holes were the same. So Kyle, or Kendall, you know Kyle, you know the hole where you throw up the hill and the basket's up on the wood thing?
Yeah.
So that was normally hole 10, and then you played that little short downhill hole, which was 11.
Yeah.
And then 12 was the one where you kind of went across the side of the hill.
Mm-hmm.
So now what they did was, instead, hole 10, you play alongside the pond and then turn and go up the big hill for a par 4. Then you play the downhill hole, and then you play the big uphill hole. So they changed one of the holes around, and it's a worse hole. And then the other one's just the order changed. But the same holes. And then we played the red, white, and blue layout for the second round. And then we went to the Phillies game.
Bummer.
Would you be mad if we went to a Phillies game without you?
Yeah.
Like, how mad, though?
Mad because you guys never want to go.
Whoa, what's that true?
Oh.
Like, not like that, but it's always like this, like, playing disc golf to, like, some people is more fun than going to the game. Mock.
I'm literally the only person in the group that goes to those games for your enjoyment.
I know you're a good guy.
Like Kendall goes because he loves you, but he's really hoping that your team loses.
Paul, is your second favorite baseball team the Phillies?
No,
Are they in the top 5?
they're my favorite National League team. How about that?
Oh, I'll take it.
There you go.
Do you
They're also-
enjoy baseball more?
They're also Kendall's favorite National League team. He's a big New York Yankee Mets fan.
If I
Love the
ever found
Yankees.
out that you rooted for the Yankees, I would slap the shit out of you.
Kendall has always said that if the Mets can't win, the Yankees better.
That's right. I actually own.
Kendall said, and I quote, "I'm just a fan of New York."
I own a Mike Piazza Yankees jersey. It's really cool.
Kyle, how do you feel about that?
I don't want to talk to him right now.
Would you describe Kendall as a really good friend, an average friend, a bad friend, or you wish you were never friends?
A good friend.
Kendall, you
I
were
give him
one.
I give him an A- in his friend group.
An A minus, huh?
Yeah,
What do you think about that?
92.
I mean,
I still hold the grudge when you spit in my face.
Are you upset about a 92?
I like to be in the 94 to 96 range.
Well, be
You're
a better
working
friend.
your way there.
Gotta earn
Be a
your
better
way
friend.
there. Well, I guess that's what I'm finding out.
Have you tried going to a Phillies game just to be there for your friend?
I think that's what I've been for all those games.
No. You go and secretly hope they lose.
I think out of the majority of the games, I think I've had a lot of just rooting interest for the Phillies because I think it's just been, who have we seen? We've seen Washington, we've seen Atlanta.
Seen Atlanta. I mean, we've seen Minnesota.
Which is,
Wait, like who have you seen, or who has Kendall, or who has Kyle seen?
well, that I've seen when going.
Was he at the Minnesota game with us?
I don't remember.
Was that the one that was that the one where Arrieta had the long at bat?
I think so.
He didn't go to the White Sox game, right?
No, I did.
Did you? I thought that was just me, Bob, and Kyle.
We went to 2 White Sox games.
Oh. What was the game where we went? What was the game where we went and we all sat next to the dugout?
This year?
Yeah, not the dugout, the bullpen. I mean, Jeff went, Pat went. It was the Kelsey game, the game where we saw the Kelsey.
Oh, that was the Nationals, right? Wasn't that the event?
Yeah, because that was the game that Anthony Rendon fucking hit a home run that still hasn't landed yet. Yeah, the Vince that routine fucking play that Velasquez made that everyone was like, oh wow, look at that. I'm just saying, you give Strasburg health, he would have made that play.
Who did we see this year? Marlins, right?
So wait, so is the only team that we haven't seen them play in your division the Mets?
Yeah.
So there's been a lot of reasons for me to root for the Phillies because everybody else has basically been in the division for the most part.
Yeah, but you still root against the Phillies because you don't like them.
What was the game where we went to last year? When we sat and like in the first baseline and the guy's big ass head was in the way.
Did we go to a
We
game
saw the
last year?
Athletics. We saw the Athletics together. That was the bachelor party game.
Mm-hmm.
What did we see last year?
So, the 4 of us went last year, right? You, me, Paul Mock.
This year was just the three of us.
Last year we went, yeah, because wasn't that when we only had the 4 tickets because we played that other course?
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Who was that? What was that game?
Oh, it was Yankees, Orioles, Red Sox, Tigers,
No.
Indians, Royals, White Sox,
Was it an American League game?
Angels, Dodgers, Giants, Padres, Diamondbacks, Rangers, Astros.
Was it the Rockies?
Rockies? It was the Rockies.
I think it was the Rockies.
It just said it was.
You just said it was. You handsome devil.
So without looking it up, I think there'd be very few reasons for me not to root for them,
Other than just being a bad friend.
which I wouldn't be.
You're mad that Zach Wheeler's good.
God, the list of Mets doing good things elsewhere, that list is way too long. I can't even worry about it at this point.
Actually, I got a game for you guys.
Sorry, just laughing. It says your 2025 Pittsburgh Steelers, and it shows the Legends NFL commercial where they go back and play in the games. Emmitt Smith and Jerry Rice, Dan Marino and Randy Moss all in uniform. Because the memes, like you expect the memes when stuff like this happens. We'll do you think it's like? Let me finish this. So have you guys ever seen the meme where it's like the guys in the car like rapping with all the stacks of money and then they're all serious?
Yes.
So it's like it's them rapping, celebrating. Steelers fans celebrating after trading for Jalen Ramsey, and then it's them all like crying in the backseat and go Steelers fans realizing they gave up Minka Fitzpatrick for it. And then it shows a picture of Jalen Ramsey, DK Metcalf, Aaron Rodgers, and some other people, and it says all of this just to go 9-8, which pretty funny, made me laugh. Steelers this offseason, bring in elite wide receiver, trade an elite wide receiver, bring in elite DB, trade elite DB.
Pretty much.
And then this person commented on Twitter, who decided to tell Art Rooney just to play this offseason as if he was bored in season 17 of his franchise mode. And then this one just has, you guys know who Drewski is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a video of Drewski trying to play defensive back against Julian Edelman, and it says Jalen Ramsey and Darius Slay trying to chase down Jamar Chase and T. Higgins for 4 quarters. The 2025 Steelers are legitimately a retirement home. Jonnu Smith, TJ Watt, Jalen Ramsey are 30. Cam Johnston and Robert Woods are 33. Darius Slay is 35. Cam Hayward's 36. And Aaron Rodgers is 41.
I forgot we had Robert Woods.
Then this one is the Dolphins and Steelers trading players on Monday morning out of nowhere, and it's just a bunch of people tossing water bottles back and forth to each other. Steelers fans looking at their Pickett, Pickens, Johnson, Juju, Claypool, Najee, and Minka jerseys in their closets. And then I tell you what, though, you know what I'm pretty funny? You know what I'm pretty excited to see, though?
What's that?
I'm pretty excited to see how the cool NFL thing happens where two players that really, really hate each other and have done nothing but talk shit to each other the entirety of their careers, all of a sudden are now on the same team and have to be best friends, and they're just going to act like nothing ever happened. Because Jalen Ramsey and DK Metcalf basically did nothing but beat the shit out of each other and talk shit when he was a Ram.
And now they get to be buddies.
Mm-hmm. All right, Kyle, fire away.
Pick a sport.
Basketball.
All right. Paul, pick a team.
Phoenix Suns.
Kendall, pick a year.
Let's go 2014.
All right. Can you guess the roster? $15 players are on this team.
So what is it? 2024.
14 Suns.
2014 Suns.
Can you guys hear me or not?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear
Oh,
us?
now we're losing you a
What
little
are
bit.
we guessing? We're guessing the 2014 Phoenix Suns.
Yes.
Yep.
It's pre-Devin Booker.
Kendall, make sure you're throwing out names, kid. You picked it.
I picked some of it. It's funny when he suggested it. Like I had a feeling I knew where this was going, and I should have just did a better job to protect myself.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, to be more of an asset, I guess is what I mean.
Oh,
All right, I'll give you guys hints for each player. It'll be
No,
more fun.
no.
Wait, I mean,
I can think of this.
This isn't that long ago. I just gotta.
Yeah, just give me a fucking chance.
I don't trust Kendall.
What do you mean?
All right. I know Isaiah Thomas is on this team, but I feel like he was a bench piece at this point.
Isaiah Thomas was not on this team.
Isaiah Thomas was on the 2014 Phoenix Suns. I'd be willing to bet money on that.
Not on this list.
Okay, well, you're not looking at the right list.
Oh, this is 2013, 2014 Suns roster.
So which 2014 are you looking at?
We're doing 2013, 2014.
But he said 2014, so you should start with that one.
Wait, that denotes the 2014 to 2015. You don't just go back in time.
2014 and it brought up this one. Don't yell at me.
But you
Fine.
All right, so we're looking at the 2010 Suns.
Right, was Seth Curry on that team? I don't think so. Actually, Kendall, you know what? Your boy was on that team, I'm pretty sure. Ish Smith.
Oh God, was he really?
I'm pretty sure he was on the team, but I don't think he was starting. Oh, Eric Bledsoe would have been the starting guard. Eric Bledsoe and Goran Dragic. Those were the two guards before Booker. All right, if I had to guess, I'm going to go Bledsoe, Dragic, the Morris twins, and Miles Plumlee.
Yeah, they're all there.
Well, how many of them are starters?
All five.
Oh, those are the starters? The Morris twins?
Yeah.
Oh, I just kind of guessed. I knew they were there, but I didn't think they were the starters.
The backup center almost played the same amount of games as Miles Plumlee.
Wait,
Who was the backup center?
Alex Len.
Who was the backup power forward? Who were the backup forwards?
PJ Tucker was there.
Oh no, PJ Tucker was the starter then. If PJ Tucker was there, he was starting over Marcus Morris.
Maybe. Gerald Green was on this team.
Wait, when you said Morris Bros, they had Markieff Morris?
Yeah, Marcus and Markieff, the Morris twins.
Oh, that's amazing.
Channing Frye.
This is a gross team. Did they win? I'm going to guess that they won 44 games.
More.
47 games.
More.
48 games.
Yes.
How did this team win 48 games?
I think this is when Goran Dragic was, Jesus Christ himself.
They used to call him White Jesus.
All right, Kendall, give us one.
All right. Pick a league.
Paul, pick a sport.
Baseball.
Sick.
All right.
Kyle, you got to pick a year.
2003.
And
Okay.
Paul, the team.
I'm gonna pick the National League.
Am I picking the team?
Yeah.
We'll do the Mets.
All right. 2003 Mets. What a
I'm
time.
gonna go a bunch of bad players and a few good ones.
Stupid phone is.
All right. I would like to put my bid in for the players that I know, and then Kyle, feel free to take over. Is that fair? Is that
Yeah,
fair?
that's fine.
Okay. I'm sure this guy probably wasn't the starter because I'm an asshole, but Mike Piazza, was he the starting catcher at that point? He was right.
Sorry, hold on. My screen is loading.
Get better service.
I'm doing it on the computer there, pal. Why don't you take a chill pill?
Yeah, but you can
Doesn't
still
make
get
it better
you can
service
still
or
get
not.
better service. Dick.
He's right now.
Better pizza, better ingredients. Papa John's. Okay. All right, Paul.
I know I can only think of like three players: Mike Piazza, Jose Reyes, and Roberto Alomar. That's it. That's all I got.
All right, very good. I mean, Piazza.
All three were right.
Yeah, Piazza was for sure the starter. Less games. He must have gotten hurt. But for sure would have been starter.
Catcher, fucking that Phelps dude.
No.
Phillips.
So Jason Phillips was on the team.
That's who it is.
I do know one other guy that was on this team, but he probably didn't start because I feel like he was 100 years old when he was on this team.
Who's that?
Mo Vaughn, like legendary Red Sox Mo Vaughn.
Yes, he was on the team. He did not start.
Get on mute.
I remember it from his baseball card.
Was the first baseman Carlos? Was he there yet?
No.
Was it John Olerud?
No, so Jason Phillips credited with
First base.
first base.
Gross. Team
Yeah,
sucked, huh?
But what was his WAR?
His WAR 1.1.
So do I understand WAR correctly? If you have a minus WAR, does that mean that the team would have won more games if you just like didn't play?
In this sense, yes. God, this team was horrible.
All right, so we got first base, catcher, shortstop, and second base.
Yes.
All right, was Robin Ventura still picking it at third for them?
Let's see. No.
Was it Ty Wigginton?
Yes, it was.
Sick. And we have the outfield.
You should
Cliff
know.
Floyd on this team?
Yes.
Who?
Cliff Floyd.
Cliff Floyd.
You mean World Series champion Cliff Floyd?
He was a right fielder, right?
No, he's accredited for left, but you should know
Left.
right field.
What year did the Marlins beat the Yankees in the World Series?
03.
Oh man, so like, do you think Cliff Floyd was pissed?
Yeah.
Aren't we doing the 03 Mets?
Yeah.
So does that mean like he just left the Marlins?
Yeah.
So he could have won 2 World Series with the Marlins,
Yeah.
and instead he went to a worse Mets team?
Correct.
Sorry, Kendall.
Oh, don't you worry. This team
You're
didn't do it.
credited. I'm gonna look up Cliff Floyd.
You should know this right fielder. He's a Pittsburgh Pirates legend.
Jason Bay.
No.
John Jay.
No.
No.
Pittsburgh Pirates legend.
What was the name of the tiny guy with the dreads that played first base? Was it John Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Wow.
John Jason.
In
John
2001,
Jason.
Cliff Floyd had a WAR of 6.6.
Yeah, he was good in the beginning of his career.
Actually, Kyle, I'm sorry. It was not Pittsburgh Pirates legend. I looked at the name too fast.
Yeah. So, what legend is it?
He's not a legend of anything.
Who are we talking about?
The guy messed up, Kyle, is Roger Cedeno, not Ronnie Cedeno.
Oh, what a dick!
That's my fault.
So center fielder, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to be surprised if...
Can I get the teams he played for?
All right, hold on.
Well, I'm looking it up right now, Kendall, because I don't know who these guys are. Kyle, he played 56 games in 2003 with the Mets, and then 13 in 2004. That's the career.
But
Yeah.
the center fielder Jay Payton.
Center field would for sure have been a platoon position.
Was it Jay Payton?
No.
No.
He wasn't there anymore?
No.
This guy has a career minus .9 WAR.
He only played
He has-
69 games.
He has 28 hits, 2 triples, no doubles, 1 home run, 11 RBIs, 7 stolen bases, 18 walks, 46 strikeouts with a 182 career batting average,
All right, who is it?
a 503 OPS. Hold on. And he was the 8-hitter.
I don't know.
Bats left, throws left, 6'2", 180 pounds, born December 9th, 1978 in Harvey, Illinois.
Oh, I know who it is.
And if you got it, I'd be so mad. I also... Oh, Kendall, this is a cool stat, too.
What is it?
Guy wore 2 different numbers, one for each year. He was 61 one year and 10 the next.
Oh, that's so ugly.
I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I don't know if you would have
Jeff
gotten it.
Duncan.
Who is it?
Jeff Duncan.
Not a real person.
All right, okay, listen to this.
Oh, all right.
This is the outfield platoon for sure. All right, so this is Jeff Duncan. Then there's Timo Perez. Then
I know him.
Jeremy Burnitz.
Jimmy Burnett.
No,
Jarami. It's like Jarami.
Raul
Jeremy.
Gonzalez.
Not a real person.
Sayushi Shinjo. I barely remember that guy.
Prentice Redmond.
Yeah, who the hell
What
is
a
that?
name.
Was Kaz still on this team? Or did he make it there yet?
No, he's more like 05, 06, 07.
No, but Mike Glavine was on this team.
God, this team's so bad.
How many games did they win?
66.
Okay. Who was the ace of the staff? Was it Leiter?
I actually got to see.
No, Steve Trashel.
Ah. The human rain delay.
And then Jay Wong So, Tom Glavine, Al Leiter, and Aaron Haleman. And
That
then
guy.
Armando Benitez was the closer.
Armando Benitez.
Sure. He had 21 saves.
Armando Benitez. He was okay.
He was their all-star.
What team did he play for?
The Mets.
What other team did he play for?
Ooh, Armando Benitez.
Yeah.
Tom
He was an
Glavine.
Oriole. He was an Oriole, a Met, a Yankee, a Mariner, a Marlin, a Giant, a Marlin again, and then a Blue Jay.
Kyle, what do you think Aaron Hellman's ERA was for this year?
5.84.
All right, why don't you knock that up a little bit more?
Was it really that much higher?
Yeah.
8.64.
Not that high.
No.
6.4.
A little bit higher.
6.8.
Just under.
6.73.
7.5.
How many games did you pitch?
1.
14.
How many?
14. He was 2-7.
All right,
He threw his
Kendall,
ass out there 14 times.
Kendall, give me a year.
Okay.
Kendall, give me a league.
Year and the league or one?
No, 1. The league. Pick a league.
Let's do NFL.
Okay, Kyle, year.
2007.
Kendall, give me a conference.
NFC.
Kyle, a division.
NFC North.
All right. Kendall, team.
The Bears.
Okay.
We're fucked.
I mean, not really. It's the year after they went to the Super Bowl.
Hole.
All right. Give me the starting QB, RB, 2 wide receivers, and tight end.
All right. So QB was Rex Grossman.
And just give players.
What was that?
Starters, doesn't matter where they played.
All right, Rex Grossman. Did I lose you?
I think we lost Paul.
Paul.
Hello,
Paul.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So the 2007 Chicago Bears, give me quarterback, running back, 2 wide receivers, and tight end, and then 5 defensive players.
All right. Quarterback was Rex Grossman.
That is correct.
That's right.
Played in
Running back.
Played in 7 games, 122 for 225, 1,400 yards, 4 touchdowns, 7 picks.
Cedric Benson.
Correct.
Wide receiver. Was Devin Hester considered a starting wide receiver?
No, he was drafted as a corner.
All right.
Musa Muhammad.
Muslim Muhammad. He was a wide receiver 2.
Wide receiver 2.
Keenan Knox.
Who?
Johnny Knox.
No.
I like your first one
I
though.
know.
Keenan Knox was sick.
Johnny McCardell.
We need another running back, right?
You need another receiver and the tight end, and then 5 defensive players.
Oh, okay.
Brian Urlacher.
That's 1 defensive player.
Lance Briggs.
Oh, come on, get the other linebacker. It's a great name. Kendall's gonna be pissed when he realizes he didn't get it.
Oh, we
Tillman.
include Devin Hester, right?
Well, no, Devin Hester was not a starter on defense.
Okay.
Charles Tillman.
Charles Tillman, correct?
We got 3.
You for sure should get 1 more, but I think you should realistically get all 5. I'll open it up. 5 just other starters. Doesn't have to be defense. You can do offensive line too if you'd like.
All right, so we
Olin
got
Kreutz.
Olin Kreutz.
Olin Kreutz, starting center.
We said Tillman, right?
Yep, he said Tillman, Urlacher, Briggs, Kreutz.
Robert
I
Garza.
think there's only. There you go, Roberto Garza. There you go. So there's your 5. You still need wide receiver 1 and tight end 1.
Trying to think. So Musa Muhammad, Oh my God, what can I not remember?
Guy played 8 years in the NFL, 5 with the Bears, 5 with the Vikings.
Bernard Berrian.
Or sorry, 4 and 4. I meant. Sorry. Yep. Bernard Barron is correct. And then,
Robbie Gold.
nope, the tight end.
Robbie Gold.
No, but you know what did make me think of the most iconic punter of all time?
Adam Podlish.
No, Brad Maynard.
It's the same guy.
No. Father
Remember when we
son.
had Josh Scobie?
I try not to remember that.
He was bad. Tight end. Was it a white guy?
No.
Wasn't a white guy?
No.
Was it a black guy?
Yes.
I don't know why. I was
Was
banking.
it Martellus Bennett?
What?
Was it Martellus Bennett?
No.
This is
I
tough.
don't know.
I was banking really hard it was going to be a white guy. Now I got to kind of think.
Martellus Bennett's a good answer.
Yeah, except, played in like 2012. All right, I'll give you a hint. This guy went to Wake Forest.
Come on, Kai. You know this.
I don't.
You know all those Wake Forest guys.
He was drafted in 99 by the Denver Broncos.
Shannon Sharp.
Nope. Hilarious, though.
Like where your head's at.
Wake Forest.
Yeah, knowing the Wake
Wake
Forest
Forest.
makes it actually that much harder.
Black guy, tight end.
Starting tight end on the Super Bowl team. Played 3 years with Denver, then 1 with Miami, and then finished out the last 8 years of his career in Chicago.
All right, so this guy was here for a while.
Guy was here for a while, more than a cup of coffee.
Were you a big fan of this guy?
I liked him a lot.
Is there another hint we could get? Basically, you gave us a lot of hints.
He has a 5-letter last name.
All right. Smith.
Is it a Smith?
Just counting on a couple
Is it
fingers in my head.
Is it a common last name?
Yes. More common first name, though.
More common first name?
Jones.
Frank?
Nope.
You know, Guy Frank.
A D tier character on The Office.
That's all you, bud.
First name of a very popular or very famous fictional comedic movie franchise dad. Also a shoe store that you can see in the mall.
Glenn Skechers.
His last name is Keith.
Nope.
Don't lie to me.
This guy's
Finish
last
line.
name. This guy shares last name with a very, very famous New Year's Eve person.
Larry King.
Nope. It's also
Are you
4 letters.
sure?
2 G's in King.
K-I-N-N-G. Inning. I mean, that one should have just given it away.
Desmond
guys.
Clark. Desmond Clark.
There you go, Desmond Clark.
That's what I said.
You never said that.
Yes, I did.
When?
14 guesses ago.
Let me go back and review the tape. Oh, you're a liar.
You don't know that.
That was very appropriate. That is a D level character on The Office.
Desmond?
No, Plop.
Peter O'Shaughnessy. Principal O'Shaughnessy. Get your ass into the office.
You know that?
What's that?
I said, you guys are like problem causers.
Yeah.
So, Kyle, how do you feel about backyard baseball coming back to Steam on July 8th?
Isn't it already on Steam?
Well, officially on July 8th, the full launch comes out with 28 of the original 31 MLB pros with MLB parks and team logos, names, and more.
I will be buying it.
Perfect. You never even liked backyard baseball.
I love backyard baseball.
Kyle, Kendall's listening, and he knows that you didn't like it.
Kendall doesn't know the hole from his ass.
That
That's true.
is sort of the saying.
Amelia's sleeping, and she just perked her head up when you said Kendall doesn't know the hole from his ass. So that got her to chuckle pretty good.
Were you also sleeping?
I am.
Did you know that the Muffin Man once ate a orange cat?
I haven't.
No, go back to bed.
You get school tomorrow.
I also didn't go back to bed, and Kendall said he has school tomorrow. And you guys are making her mad. Way to go, guys.
You're
Well,
welcome.
That's what we do.
So it's you. Brooke Lopez is a Clipper.
I said that earlier too.
Hilarious.
Well,
Apparently, the Miami Dolphins, immediately after the Jonnu Smith trade, called the Bears to see if Cole Kmet was available.
what would be the point in trading him?
Better tight end.
Johnny Smith was good.
Cole Kmet's better than Jonnu Smith.
Not in fantasy.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, anybody's good when you got a fucking concussed asshole just ripping the ball up the field. Jackass.
So we know what Mink is here. What's that?
Jordan Clarkson signed with the Knicks.
Yeah. Hey, I would like to propose a bet.
Yeah.
If the Steelers make the playoffs, I have to do something. I don't know what. You guys can decide. You guys
You
can
have to
pick.
shave both your eyebrows.
No, don't do
Okay.
that.
But if the Steelers don't make the playoffs, you guys have to buy Baltimore Ravens Aaron Rodgers jerseys.
All right, fine.
It always sucks is that you have to custom make that.
You sure do.
You buy an Amani Rodgers jersey.
Yeah, it's got to be 12.
He's wearing 8.
Why?
12 is Terry Bradshaw.
I mean, the guy that played very horribly in a couple Super Bowls and still got MVP for some reason.
Yeah,
Interestingly, that number is actually not retired by Pittsburgh.
Because nobody's ever worn it.
Right. So I'm saying, hypothetically, Rodgers could have worn that. Hypothetically.
Oh yeah. So you're a liar, Kyle.
All right, my bad.
Why are you so mean?
Don't shoot the messenger, shoot the child.
Oh, you're done for, Amelia. You better run.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. You guys are sillies.
Kendall,
Yes.
Did you tell Paul about your new Pokemon card you got today?
I did not. I figured I'd tell him no.
He didn't tell me anything. Did you know, Kyle, that I wore a pretty cool brand new Coors Banquet hat to disc golf? Kendall was the last one to comment on it.
Kendall?
I was actually the second one to comment on it. And it was...
I was the first.
It was a predetermined time. Somebody had to be a sad sack and ruin it.
Was it Mock?
Duh.
Do you love Mock?
I love Mock.
Do you love Mock more than you love Mock?
I love Mock like a pair of shoes that I used to really like.
Well, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
If it was a pair of socks, we would get it.
Do love my socks.
I'm going to throw away all your socks.
No.
Paul.
Yeah.
That's what Kendall should do if we don't make the playoffs.
What?
Be barefoot for like 24 hours.
Ooh, I like that.
Sounds awful.
I'm barefoot right now, Kendall, and it's great.
Doesn't really sound it.
Dude, how do you sleep with socks on?
Sleep pretty good.
There's no way.
Yes, way.
Paul, is he a psychopath for that?
For sleeping with socks on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. What joy do you get out of that?
I don't know if it's a joy. It's just comfort.
No.
I don't know. I just can't sleep without it.
Dude, the not having socks on is a great feeling.
I recently, in the past couple, I guess we'll call it months at this point, I've had to have some, like a post-shower extended period of time with the socks off, just because feet just sweat so bad. And I found that, like, if I don't get changed right out of them or get, like, the socks right back on, then it just, like, feet actually get, like, irritated. So there's been some more extended stints with the foot barefoot.
You should just not have socks. You should, like, don't wear socks at home.
No, you gotta wear socks at home.
No, you don't.
Because, like, what if something happens?
What's going to happen?
Well, that's just it. Anything could happen.
But, like, what that requires you to have socks?
Like, what if there's, like, a really low, cool draft, like, coming out through the bottom of your door, and it gets, like, your feet cold?
Then it'll be relaxing, and it'll feel nice?
No, I don't think so.
What are you talking about?
Or,
I have a fan on my fucking feet right now.
or
And
you,
it's the most glorious feeling of all time.
Especially when you spread your toes and you feel it in between.
Oh my god.
you guys will never know the joy.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Kyle. You're not going to convince her. She's always cold. She needs to have socks on, just like she always needs to sleep with the blanket wrapped up to her neck. She's a frail woman, and she's cold all the time.
Another really rewarding sensation is when you're just innocently walking through the kitchen and you step in water, and then you just have to spend the rest of your day with wet socks. That's, like, just the best.
Wet what?
Wet socks.
Wet socks?
Oh, yeah.
No, because what happens is if I step in water, I just take my bare foot and I put it on the carpet and wipe it, and now it's dried. And then I clean up the mess. I don't have to worry about having wet socks. And if I were happening to be wearing socks, I would just take the socks off and put on new socks instead of walking around in wet socks.
Nah, you got to get a good service run out of them. Maybe in like 5 or 6 hours, you can change those out, but they got to earn their keep.
No.
Dude, you wear socks with holes in them. That defeats the purpose.
No, most of the
Yes,
foot
it does.
most of the foot is covered.
Dude, then you have like that, like especially if you get in the toe area, where like your toe escapes the sock. That's uncomfortable.
Doesn't bother me. I got no feeling in my feet.
I know it's just like gross to me that you wear socks in the shower. Like that's just so disgusting.
That's true.
No. But that
You've done it before.
I was gonna say that the last time I did it was when I was filming those golf videos, and basically standing in the shower fully clothed. But that was for a bit.
You have a problem. You have a problem.
Well, you got to shower without socks. You gotta get your feet clean.
Dude, your feet look whiter than fucking Borat's ass.
It's a weird comparison. And just because like they're, really white doesn't mean they're not clean.
For $500,000, would you suck on a toe?
I mean, yeah.
Would you allow for $500,000? Would you allow someone to suck on your toe?
Yeah.
For $1 million cash, would you go barefoot for the rest of your life? Or not barefoot, but just no socks?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I could do that for $1 million.
You would get so many fucking sores.
Yeah, I'd be just a really weird shoe guy. I'd start being that guy who wears those shoes that just match the feet. You know what I'm talking about?
Like the ones with the toes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be one of those guys.
Those things are funny.
I actually have not tried those. I would be curious to see how they feel.
It would fuck up. My feet would not be able to fit in those.
Hey, Kyle.
Yeah.
Which team would you be most scared of playing against? The 2004 LA Lakers with Larry Bird, the 73-win Warriors with LeBron on the team, or the 72-win Bulls with prime Kobe on the team?
Lakers.
I agree, but let me tell you something. If prime Kobe on that team, Scottie Pippen's never touching the basketball.
Larry Bird on that Laker team would be just unfair.
Yeah.
Because him and Kobe would be best friends, talking shit to everybody.
I'm also convinced if LeBron was on that Warriors team that he would average like
17 points.
but like 22 rebounds and like 30 assists.
Yeah.
Ew, people think the Bulls are going to trade for Bradley Beal.
Why?
I don't know, because we're stupid and we would do some shit like that.
You need a big man.
Shit. Good thing we didn't draft one.
I wonder if the Sixers are going to do anything.
Yeah, you guys are going to get Bradley Beal.
That would make a lot of sense.
Hey,
Hey, the Bucks re-signed Torrin Prince.
Look, you know what's really important here, though?
What's that?
That Kendall wears socks when he's performing things with female friends.
That's terrible.
But not untrue.
Isn't it just
That's
so funny?
terrible.
Just picture it, Kyle. Just picture it.
I
What other-
pictured it.
What are other awful things that you could...
Like going
Wear
to the
socks
beach
with-
with socks? I mean, going to the beach sucks, so.
He walks out to get the mail in socks.
I'm a big sock and sandal guy. I'm doing that right now, actually.
Oh
You
my
gotta be
god!
Kendall. Get to the Croc game.
This is my game.
No, Kendall. Croc game.
Yep.
We're talking Crocs and
I was the
socks.
first one to make fun of everybody for it. They're fucking a game changer. You can do anything in Crocs.
I mean, I'll do Crocs and socks.
That's fine. Like, I bought a pair of work Crocs, and they're unbelievable.
I was unfamiliar with the work Croc.
Work Croc is life changer.
We're talking steel toe Crocs.
No, just non-slip Crocs, dude.
What I'm saying, like, could there be steel toe Crocs?
I mean, I guess.
No, this made me laugh pretty hard.
What's that?
Someone posted, "If I'm Nico Harrison, this was after the Celtics unloaded Drew Holiday and Porzingis. Said if I'm Nico Harrison, I'm at least calling the Celtics and seeing what the asking price is for Peyton Pritchard and Sam Hauser." First comment: I don't think you want Nico Harrison on the phone with Brad Stevens unless you want to have the Mavericks just trade the entity of their franchise.
Can you imagine? Hey, we'll give you Peyton Pritchard for Cooper Flag.
No, it would be like, hey, those Mavericks got Peyton Pritchard. Oh, what did the Celtics get? Oh, they're just going to have the Mavericks be their G League team now. What did they get? The city of Dallas.
New Boston, Texas.
Do you think the Celtics trade Jaylen Brown?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think if they were going to, they would have, kind of thing. Because, like, depending on how long of an injury recovery, because Tatum's still young, so he could kind of recover and be back by, like, maybe like late
February.
March. Yeah, February, March kind of thing. So I don't know. But maybe. Sources from Adam Schefter: in recent weeks, multiple teams have been discussing whether they could trade for Steelers standout TJ Watt. Pittsburgh hasn't shown any willingness to deal Watt, but he's unhappy with his contract situation, and sources believe outside team interest is likely to increase given the trade today. If you had to put a percentage on it, what do you think the percentage chance is that TJ Watt would be dealt?
25.
25? Okay, it's fair.
Yeah, I was going like in the 30 range.
I mean, if they trade him, they get a lot for him.
Well, not as much as you think, because you got to give him a whole new contract. It's like the Trey Hendrickson thing. Like, Trey Hendrickson, stat production-wise, is worth a first, but because you got to give him a huge deal, nobody would give more than a third. Nobody wants to give more than a third.
I wouldn't trade him for anything less than a first, so.
What if I told you
The Bengals are going to be terrible. Because it might happen.
what if I told you? What if I told you that if you gave T.J. Watt to the Bears, the Steelers got nothing, but the Phillies got Mike Trout?
Does he stay healthy?
Yes. No. You know
I'm
what?
in.
No. You don't get Trout. You get Scooble.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. Screw you, Kyle.
Haha, Kendall.
We're getting Tariq Skubal, Kendall.
Yeah, we're not.
No, you're getting a second. You're getting a second place finish, first round exit in the playoffs, like you deserve.
Listen, you get in this deal. You get Tariq Skubal. The Mets, they'll get Paul Blackburn again.
Yeah. You could have Casey Myers.
Fine, Kendall. The Mets gonna have Carlos Rodon.
Ugh.
He's like, it would be better than what we have.
Yeah, honestly, he'd fit right in right now.
What's your 3-game series looking like? Who you facing next?
We got Milwaukee.
Oh boy.
Then the Yankees.
Man, we could take like a 10-game lead if we win.
Well,
Let's see. Mets, Peralta versus Clay Holmes. I don't know how to say his name, but he's been disgusting for the Brewers. Mazeroski versus Tidwell. That doesn't look good. Quintana versus Peterson. You guys should have fucking re-signed Quintana.
yeah, I don't know why they didn't.
Friday, so Blackburn and Montez will pitch against the Yankees.
I know. It's kind of a bleak outlook right now.
So it'll be Holmes, Montez, and Blackburn versus the Yankees.
We'll see. They have this, $1 billion, lineup to start, playing like it.
Let me tell you, watching the Diamondback Giants game, the catcher put down a bunt. Patrick Bailey throws it over to Dom Smith. Dom Smith misses it. Hilarious.
Should bring him back.
He's terrible.
Bring your mother back.
Oh.
Like, you can ask the Diamondbacks for some pitching.
They're not trading anybody, I don't think.
Diamondbacks? They should.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to.
The whole fucking bullpen is Tommy John. They have like 5 pitchers that had Tommy John this year.
We'll see, but I think they got to do something.
Dom Smith fucked up another one.
It's best season with the Mets. We all know it.
The Guardians could be selling. But their bullpen's more intriguing than their starting pitching.
What?
Huh?
I don't know. Just like, why can't the White Sox just win 35 games in a row?
Is that too much to ask?
They'd probably still, if they won 35 games in a row in the AL, I'd be willing to bet that they would still be at least 7 games out of the wild card.
The Chase Meredith kid's pretty good, though.
Who?
That Meredith kid.
Who?
The second baseman.
Oh, you mean Mydroff?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Not Meredith.
No,
Whatever.
Chase Meredith.
Mydroth.
Your mother. How about that one?
Adrian Hauser's been disgusting.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. That's who I think the Cubs are going to go after.
They can have him. He's not going to do it
Yeah.
that long. The Mets should try to get him back.
Maybe.
Here's hoping.
How's your beers?
I didn't drink anything.
Why?
I just didn't.
Well,
I was just talking to you guys, having a good old time, yeah?
yeah.
My
Just
70,
having a great time.
I'm sorry.
my 75-minute IPA was really good. That's where this note here. It said it was brewed with maple syrup.
Did you drink it for 75 minutes?
I think I drank it longer than that, actually. Drank it
You only had
for,
one tonight?
well, it's three cans.
There's 23 cans.
No, 3 cans.
Uh,
But I poured them into a glass. So it continually hopped for 75 minutes, brewed with maple syrup, and then dry hopped once more with Cascade. This was really good.
Like the female singer.
Yeah.
Every time we touch, I get this feeling.
This is very similar to the Sydney Sweeney thing, just done with beer. And less star power.
Every time I reach for the stars. Can't you hear my heart beat fast? Sorry.
But no, this is very good. Actually, unfortunately, I like when this happens. The 4th beer out of the pack was my favorite. Of course, it's a limited release, so I'm sure they'll never make it again. But we'll give it 4.8 out of 5. Would get again.
Nice.
Nice.
I had a straggling Coors Banquet and a straggling Miller High Life, both top quality domestic brews. Both crushable, and we got to get back on the craft train. It's been a while since I've had one, so next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I just shit. I'm just teasing. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Getting Spoiled with Drunk. If you want to hear more Getting Spoiled with Drunk, go to these places.
Well, you can go to Google Play, iHeartRadio.
No.
No.
Oh yeah, you can.
iTunes, all those places.
Mm-hmm.
You can find those
Find us.
places.
Yeah. And, whether it's, getting down with Kane's chicken and waffles or, trying to debate a better all-white NBA team than John Stockton, Jerry West, Dirk Nowitzki, Larry Bird, and Nikola Jokic, you can find us.
That's right.
But, we'll have that discussion more next week. And I look forward to discussing who the Pittsburgh Steelers trade for at tight end for next week's show.
And you'll get it.
Any guesses?
Probably Cole Kmet.
No, Alec Cox.
Ooh, Mo Alley Cox. It's one of Kendall's favorites.
Hyphen.
That's true. Thank you for tuning into another episode, and we will talk soon. But until then, I am your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler.
Hey, before we go, Willer Abreu hit an inside the park home run and a grand slam tonight.
Wow. Good for him.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. All right, I'm the hostess, Cupcake the Riddler.
And the Rat of a Red Baron.
Yeah.